Up to Walhalla, South Carolina. They're getting ready to come out of an executive session, and we'll hear what is going on. Let's head up back to Walhalla now here on the Pod Stirrer podcast.
Executive session. Motion second. All in favor? There's no action that needs to be taken following executive session. So we move on to third reading. We have one ordinance. Ordinance 2026-23 is an ordinance amending ordinance 2024-26 entitled an ordinance establishing the Corinth-Shiloh Special Purpose Tax District for fire protection, establishing the Corinth-Shiloh Special Purpose Tax District Commission and other related matters.
Make a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? I'd like to make a motion to amend the ordinance as we discussed last meeting to include the red line items that's in the backup material that sets it to where for any tax increase above the millage cap, it goes back to the voters for a referendum.
Second.
Second. In discussion on that amended? All in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
I'd also like to make a motion that upon passage of ordinance 2026-23, the current commission members are reappointed.
Second. Second.
Anything on that motion? Any discussion? None? All in favor?
Aye.
I just want to say that it's very disappointing. You know, people went out in the community and got votes to create a tax district for fire protection. That tax district was created. It became the fire service provider in that county. And somebody stood up and spoke, and I went and looked it up. Everything online, social media, portrays the former volunteer organization as the fire district in the community. And that's not correct advertising. It's also disappointing that one of the officers of that prior organization stood in and said that they're still taking donations. That's very disappointing when you look at, I'm sure people look at all the marketing and assumes that they are providing the fire protection when they're not. To me, that's soliciting donations under false pretenses. That's my opinion. Every piece of equipment down there was bought for with either taxpayer money or community donations for fire protection. And to withhold that from the community is very disturbing. If you look at the equipment list, which the former volunteer organization said that it was theirs, it goes down to picture frames, metal bookends, just pettiness when you got public safety on the line. They no longer hold the lease to to the land, Clemson transferred that to the special purpose district, but yet they still refuse to release the land or the building to the special purpose district. Instead of taking donations to still pay the mortgage, why not take your cash on hand and pay off the mortgage and transfer it to the fire district? Because the people donated and tax money went to it for fire protection. I did pull up the Secretary of State website. Secretary of State website, their filings says for year 2024, under the description, it says to provide primary firefighting and emergency response services with the Corinth-Shiloh Fire District. That's no longer the case of what this organization is doing. Mr. Hart asked about financials. It looks like they claim a total assets of about $1.1 million. With total liabilities, I'm assuming the building of $228,000. So either way, you got $873,000 of public money, either from taxpayers or from donations that was given for public safety that's being held hostage in a petty dispute by people who advocated for the creation of that same district. So I encourage everybody to get together for the public good, for public safety, for your community. I assume you volunteered for years to serve your community. There's no greater service now than to do what's right. Somebody say, do what's right, and transfer the assets to public assets for the public good and for protection. That's all I have. Anybody else? All right, hearing none, all in favor? Now we move on to, we have second reading for two ordinances. One is ordinance 2026-24, an ordinance authorizing the conveyance of easement rights to Upcountry Fiber for the purpose of utility infrastructure construction and maintenance at property owned by Oconee County located at the intersection of Nebo Church Road and Harbin Acre Roads, Seneca, South Carolina. Such property currently identified by tax parcel number 256-00-04-031 and other matters related thereto.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. This is ordinance 2026-25, an ordinance for the preservation, redevelopment, and sale of historic Oconee County Courthouse located at 211 West Main Street, Walhalla, South Carolina, and other related matters.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
We have one resolution, Resolution 2026-09, a resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of a revised operating agreement between and among the Oconee County Humane Society Incorporated, the Oconee County Sheriff, and Oconee County pertaining to operations at the Oconee County Animal Shelter and other matters related thereto.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have council committee reports. We have two. First, Transportation Committee, Mr. Hart.
Thank you. At the July 21st, 2022 Transportation Committee, Mr. Kyle Reed provided an update related to previous request portions of Nellie Road, which is County Road WA 21, and a new request to abandon portions of Warrior Creek Drive, which is County Road WA 63. The committee approved the motion to direct the county attorney to draft a resolution to consent to the abandonment of a portion of Nellie Road and to come back before council for consideration of approval. And this will be at a date when the paperwork's all finished. The committee also approved a motion to direct staff to gather information related to the cost and the county assets of Warrior Creek Drive and to report back to the Transportation Committee. The next Transportation Committee will be held Tuesday, September the 15th, 2026, beginning at 4:30.
Thank you, Mr. Hart. Law Enforcement, Public Health, and Welfare Committee, Mr. Mize.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On July the 21st, 2026, Law Enforcement, Public Safety, Health, and Welfare Committee meeting, Mr. Swain Steele provided the committee with a solid waste update that included information related to plastic recycling and residential haulers. Sheriff Crenshaw was next up. He provided information related to flock cameras in the county and expressed his support of any and all regulations necessary that will allow the continued use of these cameras by law enforcement. Both of these discussions were very good and very informative. The next Law Enforcement, Public Safety, Health, and Welfare Committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September the 15th, 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Mize. I do want to backtrack 1 minute back to the fire district, and I want to make an additional motion. I want to move that the council direct staff and the county attorney to contact the South Carolina Department of State concerning the nonprofit status and the soliciting of donations on behalf of the fire department. That's for the fire department.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? All right, we have board and commission appointments. Anybody have?
All right, we're going to go ahead and break. The big one there, of course, was the Corinth-Shiloh. The ordinance has passed in a vote that was taken. Basically, the fire commissions will be appointed instead of elected. That was the big stickler here. But as you just heard, Matt Durham make a motion to direct the county attorney and staff to contact the Secretary of State concerning the volunteer 501c3. Interesting. Very interesting. And according to what Chairman has said and what was talked about here, the money they still have there that is up in limbo. This thing is far from over. I think this thing is going to get real nasty. I don't see the volunteers giving up. I see them taking this thing to court, and we'll just have to sit back and wait and see what happens. But I still believe that this is far from being over with. I don't think that this is done just as of yet, but we'll have to wait and see the what they do and what they say. But again, the vote did pass, so it was 4-0 unanimous that they're going to appoint the commissioners. And again, as you listen, he's directed the county attorney and the county staff to make contact with the folks down in Columbia about the 501c3. And for me, that's an issue. If you're still soliciting for donations, and I don't know that to be the fact, but if you're still soliciting for donations and you're holding all of this, something's not right. But I think that's far from over. And at the end of the day, I still kind of wonder if the whole thing shouldn't just be taken back and redone again. Put the county back down there and let them run it. And forget all of this. Because, again, it's a lot of money. And those folks down there are paying for a fire service, and they would hope that they would be getting that fire service. Well, they are, but, again, you still got all this issue and stuff going on. Okay, that's it. Again, as I mentioned, Sunday night at 8 o'clock, a very special show that I think you want to tune in. And we're going to have a very special guest. We've got everything worked out. And at 8 o'clock, we will present to you Sunday night a very informative show. And we're going to find out. We're going to do a complete breakdown for this Tuesday meeting coming up in Seneca. And again, we will carry the council meeting right here on the Pod Stirrer podcast. Airtime will start at 6 o'clock. And we'll find out where we head, if they approve a budget for the Seneca Light and Water, or do we go back to square one, they vote it down, and we go back to the drawing board again. We'll find out, and that's all coming up for you here. Thanks for joining us here this evening on the Pod Stirrer podcast. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you.